it's really appropriate as we begin this Congress that we start with the issue that was settled in November and why the American people chose overwhelmingly Donald Trump to be our 47th president. I'm a little perplexed, though, Mr. Beer, about a statement that you made that Joe Biden made the border and the immigration system better. Nobody believes that. People in their communities, and I'm not going to ask you a question about this, but nobody believes that. And in fact, behind me, the numbers don't lie, sir. Look at the hike under the Biden administration of illegal migrants coming into this country. And he fixed the problem or made it better? I don't think so. And I would also remind you, and for people watching back home, that it didn't get better. In fact, in September of last year, Chairman Green of the Homeland Security Committee released a press release talking about a letter that they received from ICE that nearly 650,000 criminal illegal aliens were currently in ICE's non-detained docket, roaming free in the community. That means that they were picked up, processed, had their criminal backgrounds obtained by the U.S. government, and released into the interior of this country. 15,000 homicides, 20,000 sexual assaults, assaults over 100,000, burglary, larceny, and robbery, 60,000, traffic offenses, 126,000, kidnappings, 3,500. The list goes on. And so nobody actually believes, sir, that the immigration system got better under Joe Biden. So real quick, Mr. Fabricatory, Mr. Newman, and Ms. Vaughn, I'm gonna go down the line here and ask a couple questions. When Joe Biden terminated the Remain in Mexico policy, did that lead to a decrease in illegal immigration, sir?
No, it did not, sir.
Ms. Vaughn?
No.
Mr. Newman?
No.
When Joe Biden halted construction of the border wall on day one of his administration, did that lead to a decrease in illegal immigration in this country, Mr. Fabricatory?
It did not decrease illegal immigration.
No, sir.
Mr. Newman?
No.
When he terminated the asylum cooperative agreements with Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras, did that lead to a decrease in illegal immigration?
No.
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 When he bastardized parole authority and changed the law himself, did that lead to a decrease in illegal immigration?
No, sir.
No. Got worse.
I think the answers are pretty clear. In fact, when we went to Yuma, Arizona, and met with the community and saw firsthand, of course, the Democrats didn't even show up to work. They wouldn't go down there with us. It was an actual Judiciary Committee hearing, field hearing in Yuma, and they didn't come. But we would hear from the people there. The stress on the healthcare system, the stress at the border, the stress on the families. You couldn't even get a hospital room if you needed to have a child or if you broke your leg. Those are the people who were impacted. And of course, we see this all in our community. So let's fast forward to today. President Trump, with his executive orders, reinstated the Remain in Mexico policy. Will that lead to a decrease in illegal immigration, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Vaughn?
I believe so, yes.
Absolutely.
Will completing construction of the border wall and funding our immigration services down there, will that lead to a decrease in illegal immigration?
It will help decrease illegal immigration.
Ms. Vaughn?
As long as there are no policies to undermine the deterrence.
That's the key
Yes.
point. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's a
Mr.
key
Newman?
tool to help.
Will designating cartels and gangs as foreign terrorist organizations lead to a decrease in illegal immigration?
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Will terminating categorical parole programs lead to a decrease in illegal immigration?
We absolutely will.
Definitely.
Yes.
Mr. Newman? Will terminating the use of the CBP One app, which I think was described by somebody on this committee as the Disney Fast Pass for illegal immigration, will that lead to a decrease in illegal immigration?
It will. It was full of fraud.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think pretty clear. And I think the next steps, obviously, they're part one of this are the executive orders. Part two, what Congress can do. So, Mr. Fabricatory, just for perspective, you served at ICE during the Trump administration and part of the Biden-Harris administration. How would you describe the differences between the two administrations, very briefly, in enforcement of illegal enforcement under both administrations?
It was night and day. President Trump wanted to enforce what was exactly in the INA, while President Biden, the minute that he came into office, it was a change into we are not enforcing these laws, we're opening this border. He wanted a 100-day moratorium on deportations the first day when he was in office.
Ms. Vaughn, final question for you. What steps can we take to make sure that future administrations, like the Biden administration, don't undermine the actual law or twist policies, that we can have a permanent fix to this problem.
In addition to funding immigration enforcement, to rewrite the rules on some of these programs and discretionary authorities to give out work permits and categorical parole or attempt categorical parole. And also, I think to get better control and restore integrity to our legal immigration system. Because that, you know, when people know that there are loopholes that exist, they come to try to take advantage of them.
Thank you. The
Close